Good evening, viewers. I, Chandan Ganguly, welcome you all to this session of multi-container application setup using Docker Compose. Before that, let me introduce myself and the organization I represent. My name is Chandan. I have 23 years of experience in IT. I represent SHA Infotech Solution Private Limited. We at SHA deliver DBA, data science and cloud solutions. We have our own training wing, popularly known as SHA Data University. There we train professionals at every level in database administration, data science and cloud. So, not wasting any more time, let me start the session. Before starting, my request to you all is to like, comment and share the video and subscribe to our channel for more technology contents. Also, please mention in comment section if you want us to cover any topic on cloud, data science and database administration. Thank you. So this will be the demo of Docker Compose. So first let us find out the problem statement. So what we will deploy in this demonstration is a database on Mongo and a Node.js application and a React SPA UI. First we will deploy a container of MongoDB, then we will deploy a container of Node.js and deploy a container of React SPA to find out to get into the problem which I have which I will address. So first steps is we will build a network, then we will have 3 containers, one for each block. So let us do it. So here we see the goals.net network. Now we will go to the code files and start containerization of the database as well as the other two. So here if I look into it, so this is our backend and this will be our front end folder. So first we will start with creation of the network. Network is done. We will start with creation of MongoDB. So I will be using volumes over here. If you want to know more about volumes, you can refer to our earlier video. So it is saying goals net not found. So it has gone down, so just let me confirm. Okay, it is bolts.net, so that's why, not a problem. We will just so the first container is there. Now we will go to the cd backend, and now we will build the node app, the backend API. So docker just very simple, we will just do this. So the image is ready. Now we will run the container. So if we go to the Docker desktop now, we can see these two containers are running, and if I go to the CLI for this one, it is working. If I just click it, so it is connected to MongoDB. So this container is running fine. Now we will just go to the front end system. Again, I need to build the image, so I will build it. So image building is complete. Now we will start. Here we will start the React, the front end system. Let us see the Docker desktop. It is running. Let us test it. So if I go over here, so we can see the data which is saved on this system. I have already tested it once. If you just look into the video of volumes, you can find that how we have given it a persistent storage. So this data is old, we have entered it, so our app is up now. We have entered it earlier, but because of the volume being persistent, it is stayed. So now we will bring down the app, we will bring down the containers, we will bring down everything. Okay, so what we will do is we will stop this. So everything is down now. We can see there are no containers, there are images, so we will let them be there because it will be needed, or rather say we will just go ahead and delete. We will rebuild it again. So we have removed all our images. Network is also there, so what we will do is we can delete the network, but it is not necessary. So the problem statement here is that we need to create everything by hand. So if we are dealing with complex application scenarios, then it would be difficult uh, uh, to first of all write this particular file, or rather say, type all the commands one by one and then deploy the code and do everything. So what we are looking today is the compose file. The compose file, it is the automation of all these steps. It is in YAML format. So let us just go to the compose file. So we have dockerized the backend, we have dockerized the front end. Now what is Docker Compose? Docker Compose will be the tool to define and run a multi-container Docker application. So what we can do is we can provide a multi-container setup, the Docker files, they are necessary, the environment files, as well as a compose file with it, which is a compose.yaml file with the Docker, with all the files to our users. So they can just run the Docker Compose, and they can Docker Compose up, and entire thing will be automated and deployed for them. So it is basically a 3-step process. First of all, we need to have a Docker file so that it can be reproduced anywhere. Docker Compose file doesn't replace the Docker file. Docker file is still needed. Now we need to define the services in that make up our app in a configuration file, so that they can run together in an isolated environment. And third is, to run the Docker Compose up, we will type a command and it will start, and we type another command and everything will come down. And the main finesse of this thing is that it will not remove the volumes which are created by the Docker Compose files, so that the data persists. There are options where we can remove the volumes also. So how will be the compose file like? It will be like we will write services which are actually containers. For each service there will be ports, there will be environment variables, there will be volumes, and obviously network. But the main, again, there is an option that we can leave the networking part to the compose file itself. So first, how to build our compose file? We will be adding version and service levels. We will be adding service, that the Mongo service. Then we will be adding service for backend. Then we will be adding service for front end. So let us start writing the file. So I'll just go ahead and delete the previous file which I have already defined. I'll just rename it. So let's start. So let us actually this will start from the very root folder of this application. So we have two folders, that is front end and back end. So the compose file will reside in the root folder. So the first one is, let us go to the file open folder. We will just go to the project. Yes, over here we will select this folder. So we can see there is a front end, there is a back end, there are again a lot of bad directories, we will remove them, they are not needed. So yes, so there is a back end, there is a front end, and so the compose file actually is a collection of services which we will define. So we will just create a new file and then give it a save. We will save here docker compose dot YAML or YML, whichever we can prefer. So this is the docker compose file. So here first thing is we will put our compose version which we are using, because compose versions are specifications, standards which is available on the Docker Hub website. There we can see what are the facilities. So the latest one is the latest version which I will be using is the 3.8 version, that is the latest. So I will just give the version over here. So if we go to the slide here, we can see, just go to the preview. Yes, so first is the docker compose specification. This is the version command, so we will be using the latest. It affects the features we will use in this compose file. Sometimes it is optional, but for us, because we need to keep this standard fixed, so I will use the compose. So this is one here. So then what we will do is we will add the services key. So let us explore what is the services key. Services is a key and it can have children keys, and it is the containers. So all containers are mentioned over here as services. The child service are mentioned with indentation. They are also there is no need to remove or add detach flag. We don't need to remove it. We don't need to add it over here. Like, see, if we go ahead and see the commands, over here, so we can see that we are adding this with rm and -d. So this will not be needed in the compose file. Also, the network creation will be done by the compose itself, so we don't need to explicitly create that. Yes, we can create, but it is not needed. So what we told, services are the container. So we have how many containers? We have 3 containers. One is MongoDB, second will be second will be the back end, and the third will be the front end. So these are the services. Also, another thing we need to mention here over is the volumes. It is also another key we need to specify, so that all the volumes, all the named volumes, not the bind volumes or not the anonymous volumes, only the named volumes over here needs to be specified. So this is our services structure. Now let us go to the next slide. Next key will be the image. Image is another service. It is under the child. It is the child of the main service. That is that the image files we mention in each of our Docker files. That image is referenced over here. Also, this image, if we are if we have already built it, or we have the image published in the Docker Hub, then we can give it over here. Otherwise, what we will do, we will try another syntax. So yes, so this image name, after the image, so it has an image name. This image name can be in the local or Docker Hub. So if we are not referring to Docker Hub, or the image is not built in local servers, then we need to build the image. How? We will come later on. The next is the volumes. That is the last one which we shown, that there only named volumes can be given. So there are environments. So let us go to the image key first. Let us go to the let us just put the image key first. So in the image key, here we are not building the image, it is already available. So let us give it a name, Mongo. We have to pull it down from the internet. So this is that's why we are giving image. Otherwise, for the other cases, we will build the image. So here I put the image equals to Mongo. Then we will mention the volumes. Why volumes? As we have seen in the Docker commands, that we have given here the storage for persistent storage for the data. Same is needed to provide in the YAML file. So here we will give the persistent storage information, the key. Then this is called array. So this volume can have multiple values, but for here we have the data and data/db, so it is fine. Data/db. So hope this is fine. So here we are with the volume. Let me just check on the it can also take options like read only, RO. We have learned this on the volume. So here is the volume file, and here is the Docker command file, where we have mentioned data equals to data/db. So this is the Docker command file. We don't need to mention the network. Mongo is already provided. RM and D, as we told, we don't need to supply. So let us go to the compose. Yes, so as we told that we need to, this is a prerequisite, that we need to give all the named volumes to our Docker file, at the end of compose file, so that it can detect what are the volumes required. So this will be the very first container of us. So just let us comment these two, and let us run the compose and see what happens. We will go into the terminal. Yes, so the command is docker -compose with up. So this will build up the image as well as bring up the container. Okay, so there is an error. Let us see what the error is. Okay, so we are with an error. Actually this is a typo. We need to put colon over here. We'll just save it, and then we will run. Okay, so we have found the issue. It was this one, this key, actually there would have been no space, that is again a typo. So if I now give docker compose up, so we can see that it is running. The service is running right now. It has built the image. So if we go to the Docker desktop, yes, if we go to the Docker desktop, here we can see this MongoDB is running. We can see this image is there, and the main thing is look at this one, this icon, this container, it is denoting that we have multi-container running over here. So we will just stop this. We will just stop this. Yes. We will again need to build it. So this was our first thing, that MongoDB is up now. Now let us see what commands are left. Now we have to build. Mongo was not built. Mongo actually was fetched. So now for this image, that is the backend image, we will need to build this command, build this node. So this goals node we need to build on the backends folder. So if we go to the backend, yes, here is a Docker file. So again, we don't need to run this. I am just showing you this one. This Docker file will be run by the compose itself. So let us start with the backend first. So here backend, there is a theory. So let us go to the slides. So we have gone to the volume. We have there is an environment also, but we are not using it over here. It in case we need to pass on any configuration values as variables to this compose file, we can give. This is the environment file. So what we did was we added image, we added volume, the environment is built automatically. Then at the end we added another volume. So what is this volume? Okay, this volume is let me go to the Visual Studio Code. Yes, here this I'm just mentioning this one. So this was the Mongo. Now these are the commands to bring it up and down. So now we will be building it. So previously we used to fetch it, now we will build it. So the configuration, the build is the configuration options that are applied at build time. It is put instead of image. In case we in the value we need to give path to the Docker file. So build keys value will be the Docker file's path. Let us see. Yes. So we will open the command list. So it is open here. Okay, it is build -t and it will be on the back end. So the dot will be given on back end. So what we will do is not really, we will just go over here and enter. Instead of image we will give build and then a colon, and then we will give the file path, which is backend. Here if we see in the dir of this, here is the path. So here we will give the path name. Okay, then we need to specify the ports. The ports will take multiple values. This argument specifies where this application will talk to. This is 8080 which we gave on the -P switch, so this will be ports. And then see, it has come to this indentation only because it expects that we have more ports to specify. That is not necessary. We will just go ahead and now go ahead with the later keys. So this is the volumes. In the volumes, again we have a named volume over here. If we go and see, in case this one we had a named volume, so that we need to specify. This is the named volume, so we give the named volumes over here. We don't need to give the image name, that is not required. So I will just put this one, and this is the named volume, so I will add logs over here. This is needed. Okay, now let us see other volumes which are there on that. We have a bind, that is this one, that is d:/today/backend/app. So we don't need this one. This is an absolute, so we will give the relative over here. So the relative will be like this. So it was first the array sign, then /, the folder name, the backend, and then let us go to the command again. So backend, then it is /app. So we need to give this run /app. So this is the next path, and let us see any other volumes over there. Yes, it has an anonymous volume, that is app modules. So we will need to put this over here as app modules. Again, as it is a anonymous volume, so we don't need to put it over here. Okay, now we will learn another thing, that is depends on. Depends on means that this front end this backend system depends on the are there any dependencies on this compose file on the other services, that is other containers. So here this one depends, obviously this one depends on the MongoDB container, so we need to put the MongoDB over here as the value. So it depends on MongoDB. Space is required. Okay, so this is our YAML file. We will run it. So before that we will remove all the images that are already there, just to see. Okay, it will not be removed because it is still referenced on that container, so we will remove the container itself. Gone. Now we remove the image. Okay, the container and image is gone. Let us now Docker Compose up. We will give /d so that it starts in detached mode, and // yes. So it has started the build. So I will pause the video for a time until it completes. So we can see that our image creation is done, and if we go to the Docker desktop right now, so okay, we can see this one because we will remove the app again, delete this image. I think we didn't save the file. let us save it. So we can see that the first image is done, the second one it is creating. So let us now go ahead and see on the Docker desktop. Yes, we have the backend system as well as the front-end system. The Mongo is in there. Why today? Because that is the folder name I am using right now. It has given that default name, and this one is running. Within it we can see 2 containers. So we will just stop this. We will just stop this one, both of them. Right now we need to again prepare the compose for another. All are stopped, so we will just put the front end in place. So here again let us go to the command text. So here is also a build, so we will be doing the build part again. So we will copy the build, ports, volumes, and depends on everything down. Yes, so build will be over here, it will be front end. Our port was 3000. Let us see what was the volume. So we had only one volume, that is src. So that is frontend.src. We need to put it over here. So we will just copy this frontend src, app src, this one. Let us do it. There is single volume. Sorry, single volume. So I will put it over here. Like that. So it is just, yes, the dot will be put and the slash will be like this. So it is dot front end dot slash front end. Sorry, front end dot src. This is that. Then we will remove all this thing because this is not needed over here. The volumes, there is only one key now. What was there? Let us see. In the command we have the int. This was for interactive because this is the UI for our container, the project. So for this we need to put these 2 argument, std in, open is there. So this is the benefit of using VS Code. TTY, this is also required. TTY and std in both should be true, and depends on, it will be the backend. So let us see. Just save the file. Let us up -d. So it is just building the front end, if you see now, because the rest of it was already there, so it will not rebuild it. And here we can see everything is running. And let us go to the browser and check. Yes, so if I put this localhost 3000, yes, our app is up. We can just, so it is working. So let us bring it down once. So it is just docker compose down. Sorry, So it has just brought down everything. If we see, definitely images will be there, but there are no containers, and here there is nothing. If we see here, it's saying that, sorry, the F5 here puts on my camera, so it is not reachable right now. Again, if I bring that up, say here, compose up -d, because the images are already built, so this will be super fast. And if we go over here, we see that everything is persistent because of the volumes. So that's it for today. Thank you. Please don't forget to share, subscribe and like. Please comment if you feel you need something which we can cover. Thank you again.